Fort Lauderdale Beach. I wanted to bring it to you. I'm going to try and drive up the coast a little bit here. We still have quite a bit of time before we need to get to the airport, so we're going to do what we were going to do, and tried to do last, what was that, Sunday? When it just rained like crazy. I have my beautiful wife, Cinnamon and Jupiter, here with me. Please throw her a like and subscribe as well. She does astrology and spirituality videos. So we're going to turn northbound here onto A1A, heading north towards Oakland Park Boulevard and the eastern terminus. There's the Easter Bunny heading the other way on a motorcycle. I guess it was an Easter Bunny helmet, but still very unusual. So yeah, last Sunday when we, our first full day here, we tried to do this drive and it was raining constantly. So we're gonna go the other way this time. La Hermitage right over here off to the right. Cinnamon loves La Hermitage right here on the ocean.
I want to live there.
She wants to live there. So welcome in. We do all things Vegas as well as anywhere else we may go. This is Galt Ocean Drive right here, and you see the wall, just a veritable wall of concrete over here on the right. All of the different condos here, here on what is known as Galt Ocean Mile, and it's just wild. So many. This actually used to be 6 lanes. They have reduced this now. Looks like they put in a separate median of some sort over there on the other side to narrow it down to 4 lanes. I guess it's only a matter of time before they try and narrow it down to 2 lanes, one on each side. But again, welcome. There's rain all around us, but none right here where we are. And what more fitting way to go out and leave South Florida than in a rainstorm, considering that's all it's done all week. Feels a little bit like, what is that, Home Alone 3 or whatever, when they went to Miami. And it just rained constantly in that movie. Also, please check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos that you don't want to miss. Very cool stuff. So you'll notice here, those videos are in Vegas, by the way. And you'll notice here all of a sudden the condos end on the right. That's because the city of Fort Lauderdale ends and the town of Lauderdale by the Sea begins. History, welcome. Michael, welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy. I know you're absorbing a lot of football today, but I'm thankful you're here, buddy. Matt, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. There's the beach, Atlantic Ocean right there in front of us. And we're going to cruise up here on, here in Lauderdale by the Sea. Toby Price, welcome. You left your lighter in the refrigerator. That's probably not a good place for it. I wouldn't know. I've never tried doing that. I hope it's okay in there. 5 likes. Thank you guys so much. Hibiscus Avenue here. And this is El Mar, or The Sea, here. 20 years of YouTube. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Again, we do all things Vegas as well as anywhere else we go. And right now we're in not so sunny South Florida, but it hasn't rained. It's just rain all around us. So the metro area doesn't seem to be affected, but there's rain out in the Atlantic. Oh no, that's the worst news of all, Michael. That is, man, I would lose my mind. Only one TV at a time. I am, for folks that don't know, I'm kind of a sports nut, and I like multiple TVs in the house. So I've had just one TV in the hotel room all week, and that one's been given to the boys to watch their little shows. So yeah, it's been a one TV week, and I'm eager to get back home.
Check control center.
To my control center. So this is Lauderdale by the Sea, and this is like, if they, some people have called this downtown Lauderdale by the Sea. I don't know so much about it being downtown, but it is right here. Whoa! On the beach. Right here on our right is Anglin's Fishing Pier. One of the last hurricanes that came through, I guess a big wave came and crashed through the middle of the thing. And so part of it is missing now. This is Aruba Beach Cafe, very popular place here. Valet parking for lunch and dinner is $10. Front parking $15, and Aruba and beach all day $25 to park here. And they monetize everything here in South Florida. I can, Zwart, yes. My second car was a manual transmission. 1986 Dodge Charger. Tobin, welcome back, brother. Thank you for being here. It's been a little while since I've driven one, but I still have that muscle memory down, you know? Be able to downshift without using the brake, or slow down without using the brake and all that.
I tried driving one once.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
Oh.
I was never taught. I was just told. Somewhere I worked, they had like groundskeepers.
Uh-huh.
And they had like these little tractors they would ride around on. And they were like, hey, come here. And I'm working. And so I'm like, okay. I was an intern. And then they said, okay, drive around with this. I'm like, how do you do this? And they're like, it's a manual transmission. I'm like, I've never driven a manual transmission. Do they even make those anymore? I know. I feel like they do, but not. It's kind of dying out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't really make manuals. So I was just, the butt of the joke for the day.
Oh.
Silly little millennial.
Zwart, where are you? 80% of your vehicles are still stick shift. They have a Florida Panther fire truck over here. But this street appears to be crawling with cops. So I'm just going to keep the cameras up on the windshield. I don't want any of them to accuse me of being distracted and all that. Nina, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, again, we do all things Vegas, as well as anywhere else we go. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this Saturday afternoon. We've got some time here before our flight later this evening. And I wanted to do one last live stream. 15 of you here. 9, 10 likes. Thank you guys so much. So Lauderdale by the Sea here. It's quaint. It's a very old Florida type of feel here. They have kind of a moratorium on the tall buildings, so you can't, build. They can't come in here and build a 50 some odd foot skyscraper, condo, whatever. Nice, Zwart. Yeah, it is very much paradise, except for if you have to go to work and fight the traffic and the hurricanes. I've always said it's the best place to be if you're rich or retired, and your budget as a retiree can accommodate fluctuations, because a lot of things here tend to change in price almost yearly. I'm thinking of your property taxes and certainly your property insurance. Property insurance here is through the roof because of the hurricanes and stuff. Over here on the left, we have the very small town of Sea Ranch Lakes, and it's kind of a private community, but it is a little town here in Broward. I think there's like 35 of them or something like that. 35 little towns here in Broward County. The bugs, snakes, and iguanas. Yep, Tobin, absolutely. The bugs for sure, yeah. The mosquitoes. Sea Watch restaurant over here, fresh seafood, lobster, and steak, surf and turf. And so the ocean is just on the other side of these condos over here on your right. And the gators, yes, that too. Yep, you're absolutely right, Zed. Tobin nailed that one. I forgot about that one too. And I was mentioning during a live drive earlier this week, a lot of people, they move down here and they don't realize that these ponds and these lakes that they live on and stuff, a lot of them, you know, they're walking their dog, their small little dog, and the dog goes a little too close to the edge of that lake or pond, and all of a sudden you see these news stories all the time, and a gator will just come out of the water and snatch the animal and underwater go. And that happens with alarming frequency here. Some pet owners try to go in after. That is ill-advised. I know you love your pet and all that, but wolves, oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I know, Zid. Yeah, it's yeah, if you see a gator, be somewhere else. You don't want to be close to where those things are. Corniche over here on the right. Christelle K, all of these exotic, maritime, aquatic themed buildings. Jeffrey, welcome. Thanks for coming in. 13 likes. Can we get the 20 likes, you guys? Really helps out the algorithm. So we passed Terra Mar. There's another Terra Mar down on Fort Lauderdale Beach. But up here in Pompano Beach, which is where we should be now, they have another Terra Mar, which is really just land sea, directly translated. These construction sites here with these big condos, they're going all at it here on Saturdays too. But we have a deadline to meet. Also, please check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube, my wife's channel. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. And even if those aren't your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a ton to us. As well as Tobin's channel, Tobin, aka Don't Stop Believin'. Stay curious. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Does Gatorade help? I wish. I wish. Waldorf Astoria over here on the left, Pompano Beach edition. It just looks like a plain old condo, though. I do not, H. Wetzer. I wish. It'd be great to have an ocean view down here. Aegean over here on the right. Thank you, Brother Tobin. And also, please drop the link for yours and Brother Mike's vids from Mike. Does some awesome videos out in Vegas. Drone videos. In fact, we just went to eat at Shooter's for Cinnamon's birthday, and while we were sitting there over the water, we noticed a drone sitting there filming the people out on the deck there at Shooter's, which is a restaurant. YouTube. Here in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, so there is a drone there. That's a little freaky. Couldn't figure out where they were being operated from, where it was being operated from, but yeah, it's a little wild. What are you driving? It's a Toyota RAV4, and it's a hybrid. We're gonna make this right here on Atlantic Boulevard, which is another major east-west artery here in Broward County, in the north end of Broward County. And again, with the Briny Pub. This place has been here for a long time on the right, established 1945. Briny Irish Pub right there. There were none, there was no one like laying out or anything. At least not that I could see. But where we were, it was a restaurant, so yeah, there was no one laying out where we were. Yes, you're absolutely right, Rodolfo. I mean, we also went to the Galleria Mall. So over here on the right, you have Pompano Beach. And, of course, you have to pay to park.
No, we went to Shooters, not Hooters.
Oh, yes, Shooters with an S at the beginning. I see, I misunderstood. Yeah, so we went to Galleria Mall, which I detailed earlier could be on its way to the dustbin of history. And we were walking through, and I had the phone on the gimbal, and security guard tells me, you can't record in here, boss. Like, it doesn't matter, you guys are not going to be here for much longer anyway. But we always used to go there as kids, and it's sad because the whole east end of the mall, there's like nothing. Everything is like boarded up and just a sign of the times. Tobin said, happy birthday.
Thank you, Tobin.
Yeah, Z-Wart, that's the one thing, that's the good thing about Vegas. When I left South Florida and I moved to Reno, certainly no palm trees at all. When I moved to Vegas, I started to see the palm trees again. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. This reminds me of home. This is very cool. $15 up to 4 hours to valet over here on the right. I always like to bring you the prices of things. Not only for you guys, but everyone else that may view this in the future. And there's a pier over here. Pompano Beach Pier. Fishing pier. And there's a big family gathering or something over here on the right on the beach, doing a picnic or something. And this person appears to be looking for a parking spot ever so slowly.
Oh, it's a birthday. Gosh, everyone's birthday is today.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that time in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? Here in the U.S. We know what folks do. So we come back up here to A1A and we will continue northbound. We have something called the Parliament House over here on our left. Yeah, the mall was just... The Apple store was packed.
Usually it is.
And it usually is, yeah.
I'm so sad because last time we went, it smelled like cinnamon in the mall. And they don't pump that scent in there anymore. The elevators kind of smelled like it, but it's really gone downhill.
Yeah, Gallery Mall in Fort Lauderdale.
It kind of reminds me of Meadows in Las Vegas. Would you compare it to Meadows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know everyone talks about Meadows as having been the popular spot.
It
back
was
in the day.
like in the 90s.
Yeah.
It used to be busy all the time. There used to be, when I was little, Meadows had like a little carousel for children, like a mini carousel in the children's play area. And I used to ride that, and they got rid of that long ago.
Wow. Z-War, congratulations. That's awesome. Yes, Tobin, your birthday's coming up, brother.
Yours is on the 13th. I remember.
Yep. A week from today. We'll celebrate by doing a live Las Vegas Strip live drive. And if it's okay, we'll mention your birthday during that drive. 21 again, yep. And he's retiring this month. That is awesome.
Big month for you.
Big month, yeah.
Very exciting.
So this is 14th Street Causeway right here. It only runs between A1A and US 1 right here. Kind of curious why they did that, but when you have Atlantic Boulevard, it's just like a mile to the south. But then there's no bridge over the intercoastal between the 14th Street Causeway all the way up to Hillsboro Beach in Deerfield, or Hillsboro Bridge in Deerfield Beach. Canada House over here on the right. Marine Drive. You get to put that name on just about all the streets over here. Everything is Marine Drive. There's a bunch of private residences in here. These places have got to be at least 7 digits due to the proximity to the ocean. And they don't need fancy streetlights and things like that or any beautification projects in here. because this is location, location, location. And so right here in front of us is the Hillsboro Inlet. And obviously the bridge is opening for boat traffic here. Drawbridge. And I'm going to actually circle around while the bridge opens. It's like horseflies out there. Roy Rogers Family Park over here on the right. Next lighthouse tour, Saturday, September 13th. So right over here on the right, and I'll see if I can show you guys here. There is the Hillsboro Beach Lighthouse, right behind the tree. There it is. And it still functions. I don't know if it, I see the light at night. When you're out on the beach here in Broward, you can definitely see it from just about anywhere in Broward. So it's pretty cool. I know Stanley from The Office always talked about retiring and living in a lighthouse.
I want to live in a decommissioned lighthouse.
Yeah. Decommissioned lighthouse. So Hillsboro Inlet fishing fleet right here. I'm going to let Mr. Sheriff's Deputy out in front of us, or Ms. Sheriff's Deputy, as it were. Hillsboro Inlet Marina. I'll show you the line of charter boats here while the bridge goes back down. 21 likes. Thank you, you guys. Yeah, Tobin, definitely. And Hillsboro Inlet Fishing Center, you see there. So all these guys, all here for hire, ready to take you out there. They've got a marlin over, or that's a sailfish. And they had a dolphin, and there's a shark back there on the top of that sign. And they're all here ready to take you out there. Wow, that's wild, Tobin. Huh. There was that place, where was it, in southwestern South Dakota? And it was all of those old military bunkers, and the Army surplused them off. There's an old, well, Jimmy, but it's the Oldsmobile name on it with the Bravado. The old GMC Jimmy.
Looks like the Cherokee.
Yeah. So we'll come back out here. And so this is the dividing line between Hillsboro Beach and Pompano Beach here. And again, when we were here on Sunday, it was pouring rain as we drove through here, so it's great that you guys can actually see it this time. It was really rough. Left here, Bike Science, it says there. Head back northbound here on A1A, also known as State Route Alternate 1A. It's an alternate to US 1. St. Gabriel. Oh, wow. Awesome. Very cool, Wuff. I'm glad it looks secure. That's good. Oh, Netherlands. Thank you, Zuar. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you liked and subscribed. Really appreciate you. Yes, I wish I lived here still only to catch that, Don. That's the one thing that I do miss, especially in December. The Winterfest boat parade, where they have the boats all lit up and they parade them up and down the Intracoastal Waterway over here. Well, south of here now. I think they go from like Oakland Park Boulevard down to the Port Everglades. And then they also do like a smaller one here in Pompano Beach. And this is the town of Hillsboro Beach right here. Cops are really bad in here. They don't have very much in the realm of things to do, so they find reasons to write tickets and things like that. But you have some docks over here on the left with multi-million-dollar mansions over here on the right. So these folks more than likely own and live in the mansions on the right and just walk across the street over here to their yacht, docked right there on Intercoastal Waterway. Wow, Willard Scott and Gary Collins. That's a blast from the past. Willard Scott, the longtime NBC morning show, the Today Show, weatherman. Wow, that's awesome. And Gary Collins, he did a series of talk shows. I remember PM Magazine. I think he was on PM Magazine.
Those are some incredible homes.
Over on the right, yeah.
The left, too.
The left, yeah, it's the waterfront homes over there. It's just wild. All the money that's here. Lots and lots of money here. And they just, park their 85-foot yacht across the street. I think I'll go out on the water today. The first Bozo class. Yep, I remember that. Yes. Very cool. Visiting for Christmas. Wow, that's awesome. That's a great memory. That's awesome. I saw George Stephanopoulos through the glass there in Times Square. That's about as close as I've got to any of those guys.
Who did you see yesterday that you've taken a picture with before? When we were at the Marlins Stadium?
Oh, Craig Minervini. Craig Minervini is a long time, he was a sportscaster here for, I believe, NBC6. And I saw him down at the Hard Rock when I lived here. And tried to get a picture with him back then, but we had flip phones, and for some reason my flip phone wasn't working back then. So I couldn't take a picture. I'm like, oh man. And he was real friendly, he was real cool. He's like, yeah, let's take a picture. Oh man, yeah. And we saw him there at the stadium last night doing the pregame show for the Marlins against the Phillies. 22 likes, thank you. Can we get to 25 likes, you guys? And this is really cool. I always love this. I have a motorcycle too, and when I lived here, I loved riding in here. The tree canopy overhead. There's very few places in Broward where you have a tree canopy. You still have quite a few of them in Miami-Dade, South Miami in particular. But Broward, not so much. Nice, Don. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of folks, longtime folks here that really miss old Florida. Really wish that the growth would slow down. In a lot of ways, there are a lot of folks here just like there are in Vegas. A lot of longtime folks who just want things to slow down. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Not with these greedy developers looking to monetize every square inch of land. This guy's turning. Okay. Opal Towers East. So we're back into Deerfield Beach now. And you can tell that when you start seeing the condos again. Brother Matt, welcome, buddy. See these cranes here, putting up another high rise. It's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, there's two more of them over here on the left, too. Wow. They're going nuts. Well, they've had one condo collapse down there in Miami. How long before another one does it? Hillsboro Beach and Yacht Villas over here on the left. Hillsboro Imperial on the right. Hillsboro Beach Town Hall over here on the left. It's not City Hall, it's Town Hall. Palm Hill Private Homes. They want to make sure you know that it's private. You're on Steve Cam. Oh, Steve's live right now? It's usually early for him. It's what, noon back in Vegas. Yeah, Tobin is an awesome guy. Please check out his channel. Has some terrific stories on his channel, as well as the festival he attended last weekend, Labor Day weekend, in Washington State. So definitely check out his channel. Please throw him a like and subscribe. And he is an awesome mod for a lot of YouTube channels as well, as is Vids from Mike. We love Vids from Mike. Sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos in Vegas. Very, very cool stuff. And this is right turn only. Oh, because it's one way. Okay. I just realized that. So this is Deerfield Beach right here on the left. The ocean again right out there off to your left. Oh, I see, Tobin. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like, that's really early for Steven. But this is a really, I mean, during the weekends it gets packed. The only reason it's not packed right now is because of the weather. Ordinarily every spot would be taken. But this time of the afternoon, usually, even when it is bright and sunny, it starts to slow down. People start to leave. It's really kind of calm and has a chill vibe, like the kids say nowadays. Oh yeah, Tobin's definitely a regular for the Vegas streams. Look at this color on this thing. What is that, like a blue, green, turquoise? Is it turquoise, yeah?
Or cyan.
Cyan, huh. So still heading northbound here. So how was it down on Fremont last night, Tobin? Was Big T capturing any action down there? Big T, another Las Vegas streamer, very cool guy. Big T in LV, and he usually goes late on the weekends down there, and usually captures all of the fun down on Fremont Street after a certain hour. Loxahatchee, yes. So I took my wife, Cinnamon, there the last time we were here 2 weeks ago. We didn't go on any airboats. We had our son, and she was pregnant at the time, so I didn't want to risk going out on an airboat with him. As goodness knows, if he starts screaming out there, that's probably not a good thing. But Loxahatchee, yeah, I took her all the way out there to the end of Lox Road, way out into the Everglades. Oh, cool, Tobin, nice. Yeah, Sugar performed last night, and they've got another one in the summer concert series, I believe, tonight. Shoot, I forget the name of it. It's not even, to me, it's like a no-namer, but I know they have a following. It's not Uncle Cracker, it's someone else. So it eludes me right now, but. So this is Hillsboro Boulevard, another major east-west artery. It is the final east-west artery here in the north end of Broward County, and then you enter Palm Beach County. Duty, welcome. Sister lives here, very cool. Yeah, I hear from a lot of folks. I hear that from a lot of folks. Everyone has someone that they know here in South Florida. And so we like to bring you the scenes here from South Florida. There's a parking garage there, public parking. And then there's a shark in the side of that Island Water Sports right up ahead on the left. That 7-Eleven has been there forever. I love 7-Eleven. I don't know why. I'm always mentioning 7-Eleven. But I think it's the one thing, it's one of the few things that we can all kind of like connect on, you know what I mean? There's Flanagan's right over here off to the left. Flanagan's was actually, it's a long time staple here there's the Hillsboro Pier right out that way. It's a long time staple here in South Florida. But it gained a little notoriety during the South Beach Tow series on, I think that was True TV. I'm not sure, Don. Yeah, I haven't hit Atlantic Boulevard while I've been here. I'm not sure. Yeah, so we continue northbound here on A1A, Berkshire Beach Club. And more walls of condos on either side of the roadway as we approach Boca Raton, Florida. Wanted to show you guys Boca Raton as well. Turtle nesting beach street lights turned off March through October. Welcome to the city of Boca Raton. So here it is. Boca Raton is mentioned in many, many TV shows. The two that come to mind, The Sopranos and Seinfeld. They mention Boca a lot. Boca Raton, one of those that sounds so much better in Spanish than it does in English, because the literal translation is rat's mouth. Boca Raton. Old money, yep. Lots of old money, Sean. Or Steven, my bad. Shit, Steven. Oh no, it is Sean. My bad. Okay. New Jersey. Very cool. It is Sean. Thank you. I'm sorry, buddy. Lots and lots of old money here. Yep. Boca Capri.
Ariana Grande's from here.
Ah. So we're now in Palm Beach County, which is about 50 miles pretty much from its north to its south ends. We don't have quite enough time to drive up A1A. But a lot of it looks like this with condos on the other side of the roadway throughout Palm Beach County as well. The Addison over here on the right. Robert Hall, welcome. Fort Worth, Texas, awesome. Thank you for being here. Cloister Del Mar. All right. And this is South Inlet Park here, Palm Beach County. That brings us up here to Camino Real. And there's Boca Inlet right here. And that drawbridge is down. Or I'm sorry, it's up for marine traffic right now. We'll make a left here onto Camino Real. Look at this, that is pink. Wow. Who decided that color scheme? Weight limit restriction ahead. Florida has almost as many drawbridges as it does mosquitoes. Almost. And this is a very low bridge. I mean, you don't have to go very high to go over this thing, so it's going to open quite frequently. Here over the Intracoastal Waterway. 28 likes, thank you, you guys. Can we get to 35 likes? Bridge openings on the hour and 20 minutes past hour and 40 minutes past hour. So 20, 40, 60. And in order to try and find a balance. But there's no one down there waiting right now. And again, this is Boca Raton, which is known as being kind of over the top. The Boca Raton over here on the right. big, huge houses in here. Boca Raton Resort and Club, member and guest entrance. Very cool, duty. Nice. Yeah, so you have this huge median here. You got royal palm trees lining both sides of it. They definitely put money into the aesthetic, the city does, here in Boca Raton. And we're going to make a right here on US 1. Also still known as Federal Highway up here. And that's pretty much because Federal Highway, there's a Ferrari in front of us. They used federal funds from, I think it was 1916 or something. There was some sort of act passed by Congress where they approved federal funds to help build and expand the roadways. This was before the interstates. So because the federal funds were used to help build the roads down here, they called it Federal Highway. The name has stuck ever since. It's going to bring us up here to Southeast 5th Street. Oh yeah, Don, it's not the only thing you hear out there too, and it's wild what you hear out there. Between the gators and they got the Florida panther out there in the glades. They got wild boars running around, and then the pythons on top of it now. Royal Palm Place here on the right. Strike's Cigar Lounge. Come up here. Lots of shopping, lots of dining. Place for kitchen and baths, all right. Yakitori Sake House over there. Royal Palm Place. Peace, Love, Med. All right. And this is going to bring us up here to Palmetto Park Road, which is a major east-west artery here in southern Palm Beach County. We're going to make a left here. Just want to show you the area up here on East Boca. Yeah, where are the dumpsters at? Thank you so much, Linda. Appreciate that. We appreciate you being here. Enjoy that San Diego weather. William Ravi's, whatever that is. Casa de Angelo Ristorante. Over here on the left. Now on the right. Down. I actually had a job. Went to bartending school here. ABC bartending, which they actually have in Vegas as well, ABC bartending school, and had a job working. I worked 4 days at this place called the Draft House up here, and I said, no, this is not going to work for me. So this is Sanborn Square right here, downtown Boca. But Boca extends very far out to the west. And it extends all the way out to the western reaches of the, actually right up against the Everglades. So it's a massive town. So East Boca and West Boca. But West Boca is really just suburbs, bedroom communities, things like that. And then over here off to our right, for these cars. And we'll make a left right here. This is downtown Boca, you guys. This is known as Meisner Park. M-I-Z, as in Zulu, N-E-R, Meisner Park. Here in downtown Boca. And so it's on-street shopping and dining and things like that in here. 31 likes, thank you, you guys. They have a huge chess set there. People are playing, or looks like a mother and daughter playing there. Birch Lane over there on the left. Yeah, this is upscale. You can see the cars over here. Bentley, Tesla. But very upscale in here. Villaggio with a V over here on the right. Villaggio, bless you.
Thank you.
V as in Victor Restaurant. Max's Grill here on the right. At the Dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale. Yes, Pablo, you know what's funny? We drove by there. Well, it's not there anymore. The building's long gone, but we actually drove by that spot earlier this morning when we were live streaming then as well. Bless
oh my gosh, thank you.
With no cruise control. Oh, that's a pain. Remember those days? You have to keep your foot steady on the gas. Yikes. But again, they have this amphitheater up here, so they do little performances and stuff like that. Might hold a concert or two once in a while. We're going to turn around and go back south. On the other side here, Strike 10, it says. Bowling, Sports, and Lounge. Facial Works. But very picturesque. Very Boca Raton. Again, it's been mentioned in a lot of TV shows, etc. And this person is very eager to get around. So you go ahead there, because you're in such a hurry. This gazebo over here in the destination. Right now, duty, we're just cruising South Florida. Our flight isn't until later this evening, so we're just going to cruise around for a little bit. And show you guys what we can of South Florida. I'm here with Cinnamon and Jupiter, my beautiful wife. Please throw her a like and subscribe here on YouTube, you guys. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. Very cool stuff. And again, lots of little shops and everything over here on the other side. Go over here to Federal Highway, where we cannot make a left. Okay. Yeah, Ned, I understand. I totally understand. There's a lot of reasons not to.
Why?
The cost of living, for one, just wild down here. And this is Dixie Highway, for which there is controversy. They want to change the name of Dixie Highway. Due to the connotation to the slavery days. But as I've read in the articles I've read said that Dixie Highway, they just kind of strung together a collection of roadways. And they call them Dixie down here because they went through the South. So, I'm not sure about what will happen there. City Hall over here, directly in front of us. Here at Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. Yes, we are. We're leaving from Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. FLL. And this is back here to Palmetto Park Road. Dapper and Divine Hair Studio, it said there. Interesting names. Yes, thank you to my mods. Thank you so much. No politics, no religion here, please. This is all about having fun. Good vibes. My son echoing that sentiment in the back seat. As we get the green light here at Palmetto Park, we'll continue southbound on Boca Raton Boulevard, Northwest 2nd Avenue. And also, please check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, here on YouTube. Does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos. I know a lot of you that have been here for a good portion of the stream have heard this a million times, so my apologies to you guys. But according to the analytics, YouTube says that 88% of my audience is new, so try and make sure I let those folks know about Vids from Mike, as well as Tobin's channel. Tony Teresi, right on, Tobin. Thank you, brother. And my beautiful wife's channel. Tony, oh, he's actually here. Tony Down Under, our brother from Down Under. Welcome, Tony. Tony Teresi, definitely check out his channel. He is in Queensland, Australia. And he really loves bringing a very different perspective from Down Under, with a whole bunch of different videos that many of us would not ordinarily get to see, or they would be curated by the mass media, so we wouldn't get to see the real deal, right? And the way the news is presented nowadays, everything's like a 1.5 second clip, and they move from scene to scene in rapid succession. So again, here in Boca Raton, we're going to come up here to Camino Real, and we'll make a left, and we'll head down US 1, Federal Highway. $3.89 a gallon at the Valero gas station here on the left. So sizable increase in price here in Boca. But I guess they figure, hey, you guys can afford it. You're rich enough to live in Boca Raton. And Uptown Market and Cafe right across the street there.
Not sure why they have two versions of the logo. It's bothering me.
Yeah. A dark tree and a light tree. Maybe because they're open 24 hours. Night and day. I don't know. Absolutely, Tony, no problem. Eastern, oh yes, Eastern Airlines. We earn our wings every day. I remember them. I mean, of course, they were headquartered in Miami, and it was so sad what they did to Frank Lorenzo, was the CEO at that time. What he did to Eastern, he just tore the company apart. And Eastern Airlines, as soon as he took over, pretty much just all gone at that point. So that little bar that I bartended at for 4 days was right in here, but it looks like it is all apartment buildings now. And so we're at Camino Real and Camino Gardens Boulevard. And we're gonna make a left here. Looks like that was a Publix or something over there. Grocery store. Right in front of us. At one time. Yeah, there has to be the political will in Vegas to try and clean things up on the east side. I just haven't seen that yet. Tobin's close to 50. Guys, if you could please subscribe to Tony and Tobin. That would be awesome. Tobin can live stream from his phone once he hits 50 subscribers. And it's so much easier than trying to upload it to the computer and all that. So please hit that like and subscribe for Tobin. Eastern, I remember the L1011 for Eastern Airlines. And Delta flew them too, the L1011. Lockheed. I'm gonna have to get over here. And this is Dixie Highway. And this is the Florida East Coast Railroad again. And it's weird, usually in Broward County, Dixie Highway's on the west side of the railroad, but up here, Dixie Highway's on the east side. It's one of those things. But that's the railroad that Henry Flagler helped finance and build back in the day. Running down the eastern seaboard here. So this is, again, Federal Highway, US 1. We're going to make a right here and head back south. Yeah, it was really nice, the lunch we had there at Shooter's. Oh, I got to stop saying that word. A restaurant. They're off of Oakland Park Boulevard and right at the Intracoastal Waterway. It was, they had a brunch buffet going. So that was really cool. What did you have, Cinnamon?
Gosh, what did I have? I had some roast beef with ochu. I had a crab salad. That was delicious. What else? Some sushi. And then they had a little dessert bar with these mini cheesecakes with roses piped on top, and they had 5 different flavors of macarons, so I had one of each flavor, and I had a cream puff that exploded all over my dress, so I had to go clean that up, and a cheesecake with a little mini spoon, and it had, I think, like a strawberry jelly on top and a strawberry whip. But the bottom I didn't love. It was like crushed nuts. And I wanted it to be like graham cracker. So I didn't love that. But overall, it was a lovely brunch. Thank you, by the way.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that, Tobin. Okay, cool. You can live stream on Prism without needing 50 subs. I love it, Tony. That's a great name. Oh.
What do you mean? Laughing at what?
For the cream puff, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she, otherwise she had a great time, I think.
No, I had a great time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Good. It
didn't stain anything, so that's good.
The boys were, a little bit. Well, our oldest did actually really well. Our youngest was not the happiest.
He hasn't been able to nap at his normal time.
Right.
And so he's been pretty cranky the whole trip.
Routine has been all disrupted.
Yeah.
This is 18th Street, Southwest 18th Street, which is the last major east-west route here in Palm Beach County before we head back into Broward County. Over the little bridge that's up here. And again, the weather's still holding off. It's interesting.
No worries, Tony. I didn't take it negatively.
Yeah, so this is the bridge back into Broward County. Welcome to Deerfield Beach there in the center median. And again, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Please like and subscribe. We do all things Vegas as well as anywhere else we may be. They have an Eller Street here, and they also have an Eller Avenue, I think it's called, down in Port Everglades. So they're doing the Vegas thing with Lynn Lane and Lynn Lane, right? And Tobin knows that very well. Lynn and Linn. And so this is Hillsboro Boulevard right here in Deerfield Beach at US 1. If there was a such thing as downtown Deerfield Beach, this would be it in here. Phoenix, welcome. We are headed south on US 1. We're in Deerfield Beach, Florida, and we're headed back towards Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Tony, you know, the only advice I can give on that is that you want to, you kind of want folks to know what the channel is about based upon looking at your name. And Tony's definitely does that. But with Tobin's name, it's kind of like an inspirational type of thing. I don't know. I like it.
Well, it's a classic song, and Tobin talks about seeing classic rock bands.
That's why I love it, yeah. That's really...
It's perfect, it's fitting.
It's a very good point, yep. Yeah, Phoenix, they are workhorses. I wonder about, like, when we were down in Key West earlier this week, I wonder about the people trying to drive and park those things down in Key West, but they do it somehow. Big SUVs and the pickup trucks. They don't sell them over there. Wow. This is Hillsboro Boulevard, of course. Continuing southbound on US 1 Federal Highway. And so here in Deerfield Beach, like everywhere else down here in South Florida, there's all sorts of maritime businesses, marinas, boat repair, things like that, all up and down. 3:30 on the East Coast right now. 12:30 p.m. Pacific. And the first round, the early round of college football games should be concluding right about now. They couldn't keep up. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, sure thing, Tony. Absolutely. Yeah, I love you. I mean, your name is perfect. It tells you, you know, what you're about, you know? It's kind of like Vegas Unlocked. It tells you what the channel's about. So this is Southeast 10th Street here. Significance of this is, if you take this to the right and go west, eventually it will become the Sawgrass Expressway, which circles the western perimeter of Broward County, bordering the Everglades. However, the section between the Florida Turnpike and I-95, which is probably about, I don't know, 3 to 4 miles, something like that, was never completed. Why? Because there's a bunch of retirement communities on that stretch of roadway. So when they built the Sawgrass Expressway, they did not complete it all the way to Interstate 95. They completed it to the Turnpike. So naturally, a lot of people were very upset about that. And of course, they had Southwest 10th Street, which is what Sawgrass Expressway becomes. They had Sawgrass Expressway. Looks like they, no, this is, I was going to say it looked like it rained here, but no, it's the sprinklers. So yeah, they litter Southwest 10th Street with all kinds of traffic lights, slowing everything down. $2.99 a gallon at Sunoco over there, gas station. But now they're talking about finally completing it. The neighborhoods in between 95 and the Turnpike here that I'm referencing, Century Village. You may recognize that name. A lot of retirees in there. And they fought tooth and nail to keep that roadway from becoming an expressway. But now it appears that resistance is easing up. Walmart over here on the right. Wow. In Deerfield Beach. Actually, we're just now crossing into Pompano Beach here at Northeast 49th Street. Mr. Shrimp Cajun Kitchen over here on the right. Yeah, Tobin, I understand. Totally understand. Seafood World over there on the left. Restaurant and seafood market, it says. Public ice skating over here on the right. Here in the subtropics. And a smattering of car dealerships around here. We got Kia over there on the left. And when that Corolla goes bye-bye. J.R. Dunn Jewelers and a Mitsubishi dealer. I didn't even know that they were still selling Mitsubishi. I guess they are. Yeah, Tony Down Under definitely tells you the channel identity. And that's the first thing anyone on this side of the equator thinks of when we hear the words Down Under together. That's probably due to a lot of the Outback Steakhouse ads that we have to listen to over and over again. Head down under. Yeah, Tobin, I like it. It's inspirational, and everyone knows that song. Plus, it's a popular drinking song, and of course, rock and roll and drinking for so long have gone hand in hand. I know you don't drink, but the new folks coming to your channel, they don't need to know that. Wawa over here on the right, $3.13 a gallon for Wawa gasoline. And this is Sample Road here, another major east-west artery here. It'll lead you all the way out to Coral Springs. It does not, however, go over to the beach. And it was named Sample Road because the guy that owned the farm upon which Sample Road was heading back in the day, his last name was Sample. And the name has stuck ever since. The next major street up ahead, about a mile ahead, is Copans Road, C-O-P-A-N-S. Same story. There's a guy with a farm whose last name was Copans. And these names have stuck ever since. Copans actually changes names west of 441. It becomes Royal Palm Boulevard. But on the east side of town, it's Copans. There's a Publix and a Bell's and a Michael's over here. Speaking of Michael's, please check out Vids from Mike, V-I-D-S-F-R-O-M-M-I-K-E, here on YouTube. Awesome guy, terrific content. Same as the story with Tobin as well as Tony. Terrific people, awesome content. Please also check out Cinnamon and Jupiter, common spelling on that, here on YouTube. My beautiful wife's channel. 32 likes, thank you guys. Can we get to 40? I know this isn't a typical time that I would be live streaming, and of course it's just after noon on the West Coast, so most of my West Coast people are probably out running around, going about their business. Something called Karma Auto Dealership. Sheehan. That's been a long time name here in the South Florida automotive industry. MD Now, urgent care. And that's another thing, you guys, for our international viewers, Tony and Phoenix, if you're still here, you have to be careful. If you go to like a place that is urgent care, but they actually have a primary care practice inside it, a lot of times your insurance will bill you for having gone to an urgent care, even though you're going to see your PCP, your primary care physician. I went through that already. I went to a Las Vegas urgent care something or another, but they had a PCP there, and I was trying to establish a PCP, and sure enough, the insurance whacked me with a huge bill for having gone out of network to a urgent care. I'm like, I didn't get urgent care, you guys, but they coded it that way. And in America, that's what they do, is they code it. Every little anything. You have a hangnail, ingrown whatever. This is Copans Road right here. And then you've got the Pompano Fashion Square, which used to be a mall over here on the right, but they've made it kind of like an outdoor mall here with TJ Maxx, Lowe's, JCPenney's still taking up residence over there. And so they code everything. There's a code for everything. But some of the places try to pull a fast one, and they will, that's what I think. I don't know. It could just be pure incompetence. I'm not sure. Yeah, Tony, it's a mess. The American healthcare system is just a mess. And the health insurance companies are raking in billions, while so many people here, you have the folks that go to the doctor for every little thing, and those are the folks that the insurance companies pretty much bill the rest of us for. There's that segment of the population that goes to the doctor for everything. I just sneezed, doctor. There must be something wrong. And then they bill, and then they do it over and over and over again. And then you have the other set of people who, because of all the problems with health insurance, even though they carry it, they never use it, which defeats the purpose as well. And then when they have something big happen, it used to be, well, that's a pre-existing condition. You didn't bother telling us or getting it that taken care of, so we're not going to cover it. Congress, a few years ago, decided they were going to nix that part. So there's no such thing as pre-existing conditions anymore. But it's just a big mess. Yeah, they code every single little thing. And so urgent care has its own code. Toyota Tercel come flying out of there.
Can I tell them about what my friend told me in Vancouver?
Sure.
Okay, so last month when I was in Vancouver visiting my friend, we were talking about the healthcare system over there, how they have socialized medicine. She said the way it works in Canada, she knows somebody who has autism who gets paid $15,000 just for having autism to make up for funds related to that. So when tax season rolls around, they get $15,000 back just for that.
That is wild.
And my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe she was telling me this. I'm like, because we have Medicare here, but I don't know anyone who has some sort of disability who gets paid like that here.
That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, Tobin, I miss you guys too. I'll be back next Saturday though. Only a week away. Yeah, I didn't know that either, Tony. That's pretty wild stuff.
But then, the thing was, well, I'm like, okay, well, there has to be a catch. So I asked her, well, where does that money come from? And she couldn't quite answer the question. She was just like, well, some of it is from the taxpayer funds, which makes sense. It has to come from somewhere. But then it comes from other government funds. And she's like, I don't know all everywhere from where it comes from. And I just thought that was a little bit of a red flag.
Definitely.
Because it's of course the taxpayers are going to pay for some of it, but where are the other sources? I don't know.
Yeah. Where is this? We are in Pompano Beach, Florida, heading southbound on US 1 in the United States. Yeah, and I do not do politics on this channel, but I can tell you, we watch YouTube, and there's a lot of channels that we watch where they talk about how, because of the bill that just passed in Congress, there's a lot of folks that are not getting a lot of the assistance that they used to here in this country, and it's resulting in a lot of furious people.
Yeah, these are just facts, not opinions.
Nope,
We don't want
no
to interject
opinions.
our opinions. This is just what's happening in America.
Yeah.
Only in America.
Yes. To quote white chicks. So this is Northeast 6th Street here, $3.19 a gallon for regular unleaded over there at the Citgo per gallon. That's Tony, there's I don't know, man. I've been through $2.59 at that Orion. Wow. That's the cheapest we've seen the whole time we've been here.
Yeah. No, Miami was like $2.58 the
was
day
it?
we were driving to Key West.
Okay. Yeah, I have been victimized by the healthcare system in this country. I mean, not to claim I'm the victim or anything like that, because it's just they don't do what they're supposed to, as far as, they're supposed to take care of us, they're supposed to be there, they're supposed to put our needs and our whatever health first, but they don't. And in fact, there's a lot of doctors you go to, and it's just a cattle call. You go in there and they spend 3 or 4 minutes with you, ask you, 1 or 2 questions, and they're like, okay, bye-bye. And then they go right into the next room, and they just boom, 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 all of them, one after the other. And that's all they do all day. And they bill the insurance, because that's how they make their money, the doctor's offices. Everything has to be in bulk. So they have to bill as many people as possible in order for that doctor's office to make money. So the level of service, in my humble opinion, trash. Oh yeah, Tony, it's been like that for a long time. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, we get these surprise bills in the mail and stuff like that, and they just passed something in Congress called the No Surprises Act back in 2021 or something like that. That's supposed to keep that from happening, so you don't get surprise bills, medical bills, in the mail. Doesn't matter. They're still sending out, and then they send out EOBs, right? Explanation of benefits. It's me. Welcome. Thank you for being here. EOBs, explanation of benefits. So, like ours, it reads when it comes in the mail after you go to the doctor, whatever. It says, these are your benefits, and this is the amount you may still owe the provider, the healthcare provider. And it's like, what? Why are you telling me I still owe money? Look at this Jeep.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to South Florida.
Somewhere to be.
Wow.
It's funny.
Welcome to South Florida. Goodness, that was wild. Holy cow.
Right at that intersection, too.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't hit the gas there as soon as the light turned.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a tremendous mess. Executive Economy Lodge. Well, that's really putting that's a juxtaposition of 2 very different words. Executive and economy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Tony. Yes, I am very, very blessed. I love my family. This is what I always wanted. Just never had. And Cinnamon is amazing. She is an amazing wife. She supports, trying to build the channel and all that, and me spending Saturdays away from her on one of her 2 days off and all that.
The snacks you bring home make up for it.
Yeah, I do bring food home. And lately she's been working, when I get home on Saturday evenings, she's working on something for her channel.
The channel or the magazine, writing something.
Yeah.
Helps me decompress after work or taking care of the boys.
Yeah, the boys, as many of you know, small children are quite a handful. Anthony's coal-fired pizza over here on the right. Pizza, well done. That's a double entendre. Because it's coal-fired, so it's naturally going to be heavily cooked. But well done as in nicely done.
Hello, do you like BMW E38?
So the E38, I forget what we're up to. We're up to the 40s now, aren't we? E38, what would that be, like a 2000? 2005? And this is McNabb Road up here.
94 to 01.
94 to 01, okay. I was a little bit too fast. 94 to 01, actually, I had a 95 back in the day.
So you had one?
Yep. But I had the 530i, and it was stick shift. And it had a 3-liter V8 engine. So it was a very, very small V8 engine. And that car struggled under the weight of itself with that motor in it. It was, as we come into the city limits here. Oh, okay, 7 Series, gotcha, okay. No, I had a 5. I do like those actually, and I like that body style. You don't see that anymore. Everything's so rounded. Everything looks like an egg on the road. I mean, a little boxiness isn't bad, in my opinion, but...
I thought a lot of the 90s cars looked like eggs, actually.
Some of them, yeah. But nowadays, everything's got rounded corners, and the bumpers are made of tinfoil and toothpicks. And they're trying to, that for a long time they were trying to help increase fuel economy and fuel efficiency. This is 62nd Street. It becomes Cypress Creek Road over here off to our right. $33 likes, you guys. Can we get to 40? Imperial Point. That's this area of town, known as Imperial Point. There's a Maserati dealership over here on the left, Alfa Romeo as well. I don't think that was there before. And then on the right here, we saw this the other day, Coral Ridge Presbyterian Church. Coral Ridge Presbyterian Church here on the right used to have a bunch of youth activities for kids from all over town. And I remember I went there once and saw the movie Digby from way back in the 80s. 67 Wine and Spirits, that's a liquor store chain here. And there's an ambulance up here. I'm trying to figure out exactly where he's going. Okay, he's turning left.
What is your favorite car, Tom?
Favorite car? Gosh. I don't know. I mean, I'm really partial to Benz, but I hate the repair bills. I like Beamers, but yes, Paul, right on. Yep, we're at Commercial Boulevard and US 1, heading south on US 1. Federal Highway. But again, with the repair bills, I've actually been kind of looking a little bit at Silverados and the GMC Sierra Denali's, but they're like brand new. They're like $80,000 to $100,000, and that's just disgusting.
But what about of all time?
All-time favorite, gosh, probably a Chevelle. Those things were that, and the Smokey and the Bandit 79 TA Trans Am. That was a really, really cool car. It's the 6.6 liter 454 engine, I believe it was. And of course, everyone loved it because of Smokey and the Bandit, but it's still a beautiful car. You see them now, the all black ones, just like from the movie, the all black ones with the gold bird on the hood that have been restored or whatever. They're just beautiful.
See you later, Tony. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for being here. We are Nighthawk. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're in Fort Lauderdale right now. Back in the city limits of Fort Lauderdale. And again, welcome in. Please smash that like and subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, please hit the like for us anyway, because it really helps the algorithm.
Is
And I really
Tamarack
appreciate
that way?
Yes, Tamarack is off to your right.
Okay.
Several miles to our west here. And Tamarack, actually, Cinnamon, you can tell them the history behind the city name Tamarack.
Oh, the name Tamarack is Karamat backwards because it's named after. Wasn't it like a car wash?
Yep.
Yeah, some guy invented a car wash, Karamat, and then they just named it Tamarack.
Backwards. Yep.
Backwards. That's it.
The history of some of these names, it's just wild. So it looks like they're building more, what is this? More medical offices? Oh no, this is the Jim Moran Foundation. So Jim Moran, or JM, as it's known here in South Florida, JM Pontiac, JM Cadillac, JM, blah, blah, blah. All sorts of different automotive dealerships. So now they are building their own foundation building over here. This is 45th Street, known as Florinata Road. Here off of US 1. And as we continue south here on US 1, Ukraine, welcome. Thank you for being here. How ya reelin'? Fishing and tackle. Okay. Little store in there. A funeral home right down the street from the hospital. That's freaky. There used to be a place called Jack's Old Time Hamburgers in here, and it looks like it's gone now. La Bamba restaurant. Yeah, Jack's doesn't look like it's here anymore. The whole enchilada. Oh, there it is right there. Jack's. Yep, it's still there. They had some good burgers in there. Something called Fat Boy over there. That's the like third one we've seen, so that's got to be a chain. Kelly Quinn, welcome. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe. Coral Heights Boulevard. That's a very short road. LA Fitness here on the right. And Harbor Freight. As well as Fresh Market over on the other side of the street. And this was always Northeast 38th Street, but now they've given it the name Park Lane East. And right now it looks to be closed. They're doing some sewer work. Right here on the right, this is the Mai Kai. It's a Polynesian restaurant. You can see the torches lit right out in front. One of the hurricanes that came through tore the roof off the place last time, and it was feared that they were never going to reopen. But they did reopen, and they're doing business now as the Polynesian restaurant. We're coming up to the intersection here at Oakland Park Boulevard and Federal Highway. Oakland Park Boulevard, another major east-west artery here, as was Commercial Boulevard here in Fort Lauderdale. PDQ, fresh tenders, salads and sandwiches. Okay. And over here on the left, there's now a Target where Baja Beach Club used to be, for anyone who may be watching or will be watching. Baja Beach Club back in the 90s. It was a huge nightclub over there. And then you have all these little businesses here. The shopping center on the left here is actually called Times Square. But it's nothing like Times Square in New York, of course. Sunrise Pawnbrokers there. As we continue southbound on US 1 here through Fort Lauderdale.
How long is the drive to Miami from here?
If I was to take this road, it would be at least an hour, if not an hour and a half. If you take the interstate and there's nothing wrong, it'll take you 30 minutes.
But the traffic there is pretty heavy.
Yes. Rick, welcome from the UK. Nice. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. I was hoping we would get more folks from Europe in here on our final day here on the East Coast, in the Eastern Time Zone for now. Mattress Town, held over Labor Day. And again, up there on the left, on the other side, there used to be a Skyline Chili, for anyone familiar with the Skyline Chili restaurant. And it's like a Cincinnati type of style, but it is now been taken over by what is going to be a Valvoline oil change store, which is pretty sad. I know a lot of people were very upset about it. There's another Skyline Chili, I believe it's out on University Drive out here in West Broward, but this was a very popular place. In fact, a lot of the cops like to go in there and eat lunch there. Or dinner, or whatever they had. 35 likes, thank you guys. Can you get the 40 likes? Please hit that like and subscribe. And Tobin, if you wouldn't mind, please drop vids from Mike as well as yours. Links to your channel and vids from Mike as well as Cinnamon for me. Egg and U Diner, that place has been there forever. Right here on 26th Street and Federal Highway, US 1. And this is called Gordon Food Service Store over here. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, that's a chain. They have one in Vegas as well. J. Alexander's, that's another corporate chain that has been here 30 years now. Krispy Kreme, of course. And there used to be a Winn-Dixie over here on the left, grocery store. It is now a Dick's Sporting Goods. Winn-Dixie significantly reducing its footprint, as they say in corporate parlance, here in the well, they've only been in the Southeast grocery store chain. So come up here to the light at 19th Street. $2.79 a gallon over here at the Shell gas station. Skechers over there, as well as a Publix and a Total Wine. Again, very grateful that all of you are here. We still have several hours before our flight leaves, so we're glad you're here enjoying your time with us on this Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 p.m. in Vegas. Again, we do all things Vegas and everywhere else we may be. Shell at $2.79, that's a good price. Usually don't see Shell down in that range. But back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, this stretch also of Federal Highway used to be known for a lot of illicit activity. The street therapists and street pharmacists variety. Wild Fork Foods, meat and seafood market, okay. Never heard of that. This is going to bring us up here to Northeast 13th Street. Used to have, okay, so it's still a Chevy dealership, but now it's called, what is it called? Greco But it used to be, for a long time, it was known as Gary Funrash Chevrolet, and they had a huge, oh, they still do. There's a huge American flag out front. You can always tell how windy it was.
Wow, Richard Grieco sells cars now.
Richard Grieco is everywhere. He knows us.
He can't get any more rolls.
No, it's all over for him. Night at the Roxbury was it.
Richard Grieco.
Richard Grieco. And I mentioned this on an earlier stream, but I'm going to bring it up again. Back in the day, Federal Highway was forced to move to the west, to alter its trajectory here to the west, because there was a woman, a really rich woman to the south of here, who did not want the railroad or a major artery coming through her property or near her property. So what they did was they altered the path here of US 1 to the west by a mile and change or whatever, and it merges here with Sunrise Boulevard, which is another major east-west artery here in Fort Lauderdale. So now on Sunrise Boulevard, you can see the signs overhead instructing those to who want to stay on US 1 to stay in two inside lanes. And right up here on the left, this one's for you, Tobin. I don't think you've been here during any of the live streams when we passed by here before. But on the left here, on this corner, is a building that now bears the name Hustler. However, prior to that, it was known as Peaches Records and Tapes. I spent way too much money at that place as a kid. They used to have cassette singles for like $3.50, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to listen to the one song. I don't want to listen to the whole album. I can't afford it. Because, of course, the albums would range from $9.99 all the way up to $20 or whatever. And there it is, right there where the Hustler Tower is there, you see? And that, what used to be Peaches Records and Tapes here in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Or no, we're just north of downtown Fort Lauderdale, but they also had another location. I think it was out in Plantation or something. I don't quite remember. But 16 of you guys here, thank you guys so very, very much for being here. Appreciate you guys so much. So they moved the original entrance to Holiday Park over here. You used to be able to get into Holiday Park. I'm going to see if I can try to get into Holiday Park. Because this was always... Yeah, okay, so they moved the entrance over here to the left for some reason. Aston Martin dealership. But I only see like one or two cars there. We have very limited inventory. Designed to make you feel like you've got to hurry up and get it. And yet another vehicle right up behind me. Goodness gracious. Just go. Wow. Everyone's impatient. Everyone's in a hurry. So this park used to be, they held arts camps here, they held summer camps here, all sorts of different things. And they actually had like an old Air Force plane that was out front. And I don't know where they put that plane now. Oh, that's right, they put it over on US 1 side, on the south side. So they totally redesigned this entire park. Back in the day, there was a lot of illicit activity going on in here as well. But Holiday Park, very, very popular with a lot of us that grew up, especially over here on the east side of town. Where are the dumpsters, though? Yeah, so there didn't used to be a baseball park right there. I think it was just soccer that bordered Sunrise Boulevard. So we'll make this left here. Or, nope, right there. I thought I saw a roadway here. 36 likes. Can we get up to 40, you guys? Divine, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I want to show you guys one more thing in here. Again, this park was always a big deal to so many of us. Trained service animals only. All right. Bike route. Okay, so there's the Air Force jet. They relocated it over here. They've got some sort of event over here on our left. On our left is the Parker Playhouse. Correction, I was way off. It's the War Memorial Auditorium. And this is where, I should have remembered this. This is where we graduated high school. They do high school graduations and stuff like that here. Ride share. Going on. Drive through here. Just after 4 p.m. I don't know what, someone is performing here. And come out here, and Parker Playhouse is up here. But that Air Force jet that I mentioned is right here on the median in between the 2 lanes of traffic. And it was white. They have painted it camouflage. But this is Parker Playhouse here. Just no one's behind me. I'll just show you guys. Long time. Both of these buildings have been here for a very long time. War Memorial Auditorium and Parker Playhouse. And it's a good thing to see them here, still standing, especially with the voracious appetite of these developers. But there is that plane that I mentioned, the front of it now, right there in the median. And it used to be over there on the Sunrise Boulevard side, but I guess they moved it and actually have it tied down with cables now. So there's War Memorial once more. Again, a lot of people graduate from here. They do the graduation ceremonies here. Yeah, I'm not sure what they've got going on here. Baptist Health Iceplex. Okay. So they have an ice arena of some sort over here? I didn't know that. That's new. Yeah, Tobin, I remember, yeah. I spent so much money at Peaches. I have a shirt I bought from, I don't know, eBay or something. At the Peaches Records and Tapes shirt. And so we come here to the south end of Holiday Park. And there's a squirrel. Reminds me of Jojo the Squirrel. Shout out to Jojo the Squirrel wherever he is today. Cinnamon's gonna drop his link. He is here on YouTube. Very, very cool guy. Very, a lot of fun to watch. This on the right, and I guess it's undergoing some construction right now, but this is the Chris Evert Tennis Center here at the south end of Holiday Park. Chris Evert, some of you may remember, was a very famous female tennis player back in the day. And she and her father used to offer tennis lessons. And so my folks would send me here during the summer, some summers, to get tennis lessons. I think I saw her there once. She was always on the circuit or whatever, running around. Oh, Tobin, thank you, Tobin. And what is this concession stand here? Nice, thank you, Tobin. Yeah, concessions. So this used to exit here But now it looks like there's only one entrance in and out of the park. There used to be 3. So this is the tennis center over here on the left. And there, or no, there's two entrances. Someone has the Georgia Bulldogs flag up in their balcony. $39 likes. Thank you, you guys. Can we get to 45? Really appreciate you guys, and please like and subscribe. Really, really love you guys. Thank you so much for showing the love and support here on the Vegas Don channel. I guess those guys felt like they're going to be late. They're running for whatever that show is. Yeah, the speed limit's 20 in here through Holiday Park. All right, we're gonna head back out here to US 1. But again, I will be back in Vegas doing the Las Vegas Strip live drive, followed by concerts. Live concerts next week, the 13th, Saturday the 13th, starting at about 5:30 p.m. About 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Las Vegas Strip live drive. So please, if you're available, please come cruising with us. There's a Winn-Dixie over here on the left. That didn't used to be there. That's weird. But this area over here on the left is known as Victoria Park. This is the area where I mentioned that woman back in the day, that rich woman did not want anyone putting a road anywhere near her or her property. So this is Sistrunk Boulevard. We just drove down Sistrunk Boulevard earlier in one of our lives. Feel free to check that out. Now here on US 1, and they just keep building. Gosh, these buildings did not used to be here, and they just keep building. Fourth Street. There used to be a light here at 2nd Street, but it looks like they have removed that one. The Terrace Grill over there on the left, or on the right. Fireman Derek's Bake Shop. Okay. Sounds like a former fireman. Obi-Wan, welcome. Thank you for being here. Very cool. And we're up here at the light at Broward Boulevard. 39 likes. You guys. Very grateful to each and every single one of you. Again, we do a ton of Vegas content. That's home base for us. But when we go on trips, we like to bring you a little extra. The Waverly at Las Olas over here on the left. I think that used to be like a drugstore or something at one time. And they just plopped up a huge condo there. Ashley, welcome back. Let's get the green light here finally at Broward Boulevard. Go through the tunnel here at the New River, under the New River. Cheesecake Factory, Riverside Hotel again, right there on the left, as we descend below Las Olas Boulevard, and the New River here. Again, named the New River because the Seminole Indians one night said that the river just magically appeared out of nowhere, and thus it was a new river. And we're now starting to get a little bit of raindrop in here. I'm going to make a left here onto 7th Street. This is an area of town known as Rio Vista over here. Nice, Ashley. That's good. That's good news. Cinevis, or whatever that is, over on the left there. I'm not sure what they do. My beautiful cinnamon still coughing after the week here in Vegas.
Fort Lauderdale.
Or where are we now? Fort Lauderdale. Primo Liquors. Again, that used to be a 7-Eleven back in the days. Daniel D's, a Florida steakhouse sports bar. All right. So we're gonna slink down the side of the river, the New River Tunnel. Corvette there, parking on the street. That's brave. And so the sign says left only, but there's a park down here. I wanted to give you guys a shot of... yeah, alright. We'll make a right here. I wanted to give you guys another shot of Stranahan House, but they've got the barricades just wide enough to where you can't really get through. But this area of town is known as Rio Vista. 2 words, R-I-O, Vista, V-I-S-T-A, and lots and lots of expensive homes in here, guys. Again, the stuff in here, unless it's a small house, it's going to be 7 digits at least. The waterfront homes are here on our left. And there's actually a little park here on 9th Ave, which has been given the name Deegan or something, but this is now called Francis L. Abreu Place, the park over here. Yeah, Deegan Road, okay. They're just assigning random names now. Handing them out like candy. 41 likes, thank you, you guys. So much. Come up here to 10th Avenue. There's an EV there. Goodness, what is that thing? It's a Volkswagen. Okay. God, that looks like the one from that movie Vacation. Ed Helms.
Yes.
Huh. Lego sets, nice. So this is North Rio Vista Boulevard. And again, all these neighborhoods on the east side of Fort Lauderdale, anything close to the water is going to be big money. Hilson Drive.
Wait. Was it? Never mind. I get Vacation confused with We Are the Millers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Christina Applegate.
Yes.
So come down here to 9th Street, and there's another golf cart car-ish thing that has a license plate on it, though. Again, I wouldn't want to be in a wreck with that thing. So we'll make this left here. Weight limit 30 tons. So this little canal. One of many here. 42 likes. Can we get to 50, you guys? 50 likes. Please hit that like and subscribe. And again, just very small, tight little roads over here. It tends to be the case with these big homes, especially the ones that are waterfront. Here in Rio Vista for sure. Some of these homes mixed in with newer ones. I know, you noticed that, Tobin? No! Where are the juice stands and the dumpsters?
Where are the people selling oranges?
Yes! This one over on the right here is for sale. These homes, goodness, wow. Some of these are ginormous. So these guys here, they're all going to be waterfront on the new river. This one looks like a Spanish-style mini mansion. No, that's a full-on mansion there.
Yeah.
That's all one property. Goodness. Imagine what that sells for. And they probably only live in like one room of the house too. That's the funniest part of all. I'm gonna go over here. So we don't have to go back all the way around. And we'll go down 7th Street here. So now on 7th Street, again, the new river here in downtown Fort Lauderdale, just off to our left. And some more. Hey Jay, welcome. Definitely on the rich side of town, yes. The other side of the tracks for sure. Just wow. A lot of money here. But like was mentioned earlier, old money. There's a lot of old money too. A lot of folks have had these properties in their families for a long time. F-150 Raptor there. Looks like someone's having a party or something up here. Yeah, Jay, I mean, it definitely has its very desirable areas for sure. And again, if you're rich or retired and you live where you want to down here, wherever that may be, it's great. It's just that it's, if you have to hustle and work every day, yikes. This one has a mountain or a lion out in front here. Look at these homes. Goodness. Here at the end of 7th Street. Howling Wolf, welcome. Sun City, Summerlin. The real estate in Sun City? Yeah, it's nice. A lot of Sun City is retired, though. Retirement communities.
Yeah, a lot of it's 55 plus.
But the further west you go into Summerlin, yeah, you're going to find a lot more option for you. Yeah, so there's a pair of lions here out in the front of this house. My goodness. And you can see the skyscrapers there, the condos downtown in front of us on the horizon. These guys have cars parked all over the yard. Just enough rain to be annoying. Range Rover. Exactly, Jay. Yep. That's like, what was that? Oh, that WNBA player. What's her name? Angel Reese, was it? That was complaining, saying that she wants more money from the league to play basketball because she can't afford her, what was it, $9,600 a month rent on her $7,800 a month salary. Welcome to real life. That's what we all deal with. The numbers may be higher, but it's the same thing the rest of us have to go through every month. You have to live within your means. Yeah, I think it was Angel Reese, Jay. I think that's who it was. Remember their the WNBA All-Star game, they wore those shirts, pay us what we're worth or what you owe us or something like that. Go ahead.
Bye, Tobin. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for being here, Tobin. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for your super chat. Really appreciate you and we love you, buddy. I will see you live again next Saturday for the Las Vegas Strip live drive. Big bucks, Obi-Wan, yes, absolutely. And they all have yachts out back. That's the other thing. I mean, the yachts themselves can run into the multi-millions of dollars. And they have a boat show here, an international boat show every year. I think it's in like October, November. And yeah, they charge you money to come into the boat show. I guess it's like going to the auto show or the car show or whatever. But yeah, they charge you money to go in there so that you can have the pleasure and privilege of staring at a bunch of yachts that you can't afford. But I guess they do that to keep out, you know, the regular folks, the jokers, right? The ones that aren't serious about buying and stuff like that. But all of these little finger isles here in Rio Vista, big, big bucks.
Thank you, Tobin.
Thank you, Tobin. My beautiful wife's birthday.
It's been a lovely birthday week. I've enjoyed it.
Yay, good. Uh-oh. Popo coming our way. Hemingway Landings right here in front of us. This is new. This did not used to be here. This is a tricky little drive here. Make sure no one's coming. And then right here in front of us, at the end of 12th Street here, is the Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club. Now, you used to be able to drive out here. I think they stopped that a while back. And see if the guardhouse is manned or occupied or something. Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club. And there's no one in there. All right. So we're just gonna take a quick cruise here through the Half Pinoy. Welcome. Welcome, Raj. Guests and valet. You park over there. Valet not on duty. Uh-oh. That's gonna make the members mad. You mean I have to park my own car? We can't have that. But you have to be a member, of course, to be here, and you have to fork over a lot of money for that membership.
Thank you, Obi-Wan.
And they have like a buffet and stuff in here. When you're a member, you can go in there and order food and all that. It's a big deal. Be part of the Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club, and they all park their boats right here on the Intracoastal Waterway. This is the back of the yacht club right here. I am in Fort Lauderdale right now, Raj. I am just touring an area known as Rio Vista here on the east end of Fort Lauderdale, but we don't have any dumpsters. Not like the east side of Las Vegas. course, the tennis courts. You can't have a yacht club without tennis courts, right? And so this is the guest side over here. Oh no, employee parking only. They don't let anyone park over here. So this is where the employees park, or as they probably call them around here, the help. You do not consort with the help. Thank you, Raj. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. No trespassing. Private property, members only. But no one in the guardhouse there. Beverly Hills, yeah, it's a fair comparison for sure, Raj. Yep. It's very high end. And this is all waterfront too, so they all have their yachts out in back of the house. Their backyard is a yacht. So guys, I want to thank you all so very, very much for being here. 47 likes. We got close to 50 likes. So come up here to Cordova Road. But we're going to go ahead and start making our way over towards the airport.
Making our way downtown.
That's right. Faces past. And it's tough. Lauderdale harbors this
Well, we are homebound.
We are homebound. Yes. So again, thank you guys so very, very much. Again, if you're new and haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We do all things Vegas here and anywhere else we may wander. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas and in America stay right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Thank you guys so very, very much. We love you, and we will see you again very, very soon. Especially next Saturday, we'll be doing our Las Vegas Strip live drive in Las Vegas, followed by concerts on Fremont Street. Thank you guys. We love you.